what you will be learning today is all about post hoc fallacy. So post hoc fallacy is also known as post hoc, ergo propter hoc, false cause, questionable cause, and confusing coincidental relationships with cause comes from the Latin phrase which is post hoc, ergo propter hoc. What in the world that does mean? So in English, it literally means that after this, therefore, because of this. So post hoc fallacy is usually used when you assume that after an event happened, occurred another event. Therefore, that event caused the other event to occur. So when we make use of post hoc fallacy, we usually use of this form. After A occurs B, thus, therefore, A is the cause of B. So, to further understand the topic of a post hoc fallacy, here are some examples. I'll consider this example. I had been doing pretty poorly this season. Then, my mom gave me these neon laces for my spikes, and I won my next 3 races. Those laces must be good luck. If I would keep on wearing them, I can't help but win. After I wore the laces that my mom gave me, I won the contest. So therefore, I can now assume that wearing those laces caused my winnings. And therefore, the next time I will use it, definitely I will win. So here's another example. Joanne visited her friend, then she got a scratch. After some days, she got the fever. So, she concluded that the cat scratch caused her fever. So in that sentence, Joanne made use of post hoc fallacy. After she got a scratch from a cat, and she got a fever. Therefore, she assumed that the cat scratch caused her fever. There's one thing we need to consider when we're using post hoc fallacy. There is no sufficient evidence to actually warrant such a claim. For example,
one day, I decide to work from home, and my roommate Alex asks to use my bike. And of course I let him. So he takes my bike and goes to work. Later that day, he returns home with my bike. Only the chain is busted. I say, Alex, you broke my bike. You caused the chain to break. You're responsible for this. He rode my bike, and then it broke. It seems as though he caused it to break. So he should be responsible, right? But is this the correct conclusion for me to draw? Did Alex cause my bike to break? What do you think? I'd like to suggest that that's the wrong conclusion to draw. Well, it's wrong for me to conclude this without gathering more evidence that Alex was negligent while riding my bike. Or it could be the case that the chain on my bike was defective in some way, and that whoever rode my bike that day, maybe me, would have returned home with a broken bike. Premise 1. My bike broke after Alex rode it. Premise 2. Usually the person who rides the bike before it broke caused it to break. Conclusion. Therefore, Alex caused it to break. But this argument is now inductive, which is fine. However, it shows us that we need more evidence that Alex broke my bike in order to conclude that he broke it, as opposed to the bike just breaking no matter what. So, let's consider 2 cases with more or less evidence. Case 1. Suppose my other roommate, Aaliyah, saw Alex hitting my bike chain with a hammer, and then she told me about it. If this were the case, I would have better evidence, a better case for concluding that Alex broke my bike. So let's consider now case 2. Suppose Aaliyah did not see Alex hitting my bike with a hammer. I can conclude, although hastily, that it's only likely Alex who broke my bike, though I'm still committing the fallacy in this case, and I need more evidence, like the testimony of my roommate. Let's take another stab at my argument. Premise 1. My bike broke after Alex rode it. Premise 2. If a bike breaks after someone rides it, the rider caused it to break. Conclusion. Therefore, Alex caused my bike to break. Is this argument valid? Yes. But wait, is it sound? Let's check. Is premise 1 true? Yes. Is premise 2 true? No. Plenty of bikes break without the rider causing it. So suppose Alex didn't act negligently at all. Like I said earlier, the bike could have been worn out, so no one acted negligently. It's just natural wear and tear of the bike. And the natural wear and tear caused the bike to break, not Alex. Here, premise 2 is false. Regardless of the exact argument representation I use, I need more evidence about this case for me to make my conclusion. If I don't have evidence that Alex acted negligently, I'll not have a good argument. I'll make a hasty conclusion, and I'll commit the post
So
hoc
now
fallacy.
that you have learned some things about post hoc fallacy, I will be now showing your notes. Please review and them so that you could prepare for the activity. So for your activity, please bring out 1/4 sheet of paper, then refer to the activity which I will be showing later. So that's the end of our topic today. I hope that you have learned a lot, and thank you for listening.